Story of My Life by Helen Keller. This book is about famous story of the courage strong held by a woman against overwhelming impediments. Was published for the first time in 1902. Much has happened in the life of Helen Keller, but the trainings by which she was realized from the world without sounds and without light, in which she lives, since she had been one, and that is the history that narrates in this book. In the first part of the book, The Memories, the young Helen describes her complicated childhood when she remained blind and deaf by a disease called brain stomach congestion with less than 2 years of age. The girl has barely begun to speak, so that she had no means to continue learning and stop communicate with her loved ones other than making jokes of destroying things. When she reached the age of 7 years, her family decides to her a caregiver who will teach to communicate by spelling simple words in her hands and gradually to elaborate complete sentences. In just 1 year, the girl learning to write fluently thanks to influence of the teacher Anne Sullivan. Anne Sullivan had studied at the Perkins Institute for Blind People in Boston. She studied there because she had suffered from an illness that left her almost blind and decided to help other blind children using the handwriting alphabet. Helen wrote about how Anne Sullivan helped her to relate to her family as she got friends, and finally how she got to college to study humanities. The second part of the book is composed of letters she wrote since childhood to his family and friends, including professors for different schools for deaf to which she was in New York and Boston. Her family lived in Tuscumbia, Alabama, which was very important to her to be informed by letters. Helen was able to convey in her writing tenderness and emotion that spoke to all the people who offered them help. And finally, letters, she speaks of colors, descriptions, and sounds, and how she was reproached for describing those things that she can't really perceive. Helen Keller speaks as much of her memories as in the letters about her overcome and some limitations and how she helped to live again. Story of My Life by Helen Keller. This book